Cold day here in Florida. We have the Wired Freedom. This is the dual battery Wired Freedom. It came out, I believe, in March or May. We'll actually pull the order information from the customer. Complaint of the wobble. I am going to proof this by riding out and showing it to you on the action camera, and then we're going to take it to the shop, get a hellbender on it. We're going to put some new Viperus, HEB Viperus tires, 26x4s on this bad boy, and then it has a warranty replacement issue with the battery casing, not the actual casing for the battery, but the connector, the housing that it goes into. So we're going to replace that, and then we are going to update the balancer. So the older balancers were flat board with a waterproofing seal around them, and then the newer ones are the rectangular potted versions that we sell with electric all-wheel, and we got the warranty replacement from Wired, so we are going to do the install with Brad at Tarpon Tom's. Here we go. See if I can actually operate this thing. And hopefully, I did an update on the GPS monitor. Had some speed issues in terms of its monitoring how it correlated to the videos when it was doing output. So I'm hoping that that gets correct. Regardless, we could still keep an eye on this. What's happening here is that the lock mechanism, the housing around it has cracked, so with a jump or bump this thing will fall out. We're going to cross our fingers that it doesn't happen on this ride. What I'm going to do is see if I can show you the wobble on this thing, and we're going straight to the shop. It's 44 degrees out here. We don't need to be doing this. Holy moly. I think this thing just popped off, and not only that, but this motor is like, holy shit. So I think we've just experienced the reason why. Holy. Holy cow. Holy cow. Jesus. Well, so I thought for a moment the motor was out, but it may still be out, but that thing just, everything just fell apart. The battery's out. That thing's still cooking. Shit. We are glad that the customer brought this into the shop. This is nuts. Hey, my man, come check this out.
What's that?
I shit you not.
Yeah.
It just went.
With a battery?
No, that balancer. So I went to start it off, and there was no engagement with the motor. You could hear it winding. It's as if the whole thing is like, boom, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like, and I'm like, oh God, it's the battery. But the battery looks fine.
Yeah.
But you see how it, and it was burning out inside.
Oh, you can smell it.
Holy cow.
Oh, warm like all the way up here. That.
I wonder if it fried the line from the connection itself. Holy smokes.
Damn it. Did you get it on film?
Yeah, I mean, it was running. I was sitting there panicking the whole time. I was like, what is happening? It's like, at first it's like, oh, the motor's out, right?
Yeah.
So I tuned it down and then brought it back to PAS 1, went up again, and then that's exactly why they're replacing them.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. Oh, I was freaking out. This thing.
Crazy.
I was like, I need to step away or pull this battery. I was like, oh my God.
Oh. They meant like the battery fell out of it.
No, bro. Like it was.
See it all smoked up.
Yeah,
there.
it was smoking up through the body. I'm like, oh my God, not the battery. So I keyed it out.
Good thing I had that with you.
Bro. Oh my God.
That's pretty wild, man. What? Stick her apart and see what cooked on it.
It should have been you. I don't like the fact that you work so hard, Brad. Like, holy cow.
Crazy stuff.
Dang. Didn't even get there, bro. I did the intro, like cameraed it up, did the intro, got to get on the bike, PAS 1, went to roll, wouldn't move. And I was like, I could hear the motor winding. I was like, oh God, we're gonna have to fix that. And then suddenly this thing pops off and I'm like, oh, this is a cascade of wrong. And this was, the original issue was, so they sent the balancer, right? They just sent it as a general replacement? Dang.
So you already have the new one, you mean?
Yeah, the new balancer's in the parts bag. But the motor did not engage. I could hear it.
It's like overvolting or something.
Holy
Never seen that happen before.
Good morning. All right, so what was the goal here? We came in we're going to do tire replacement, wired, at the same time we were doing the warranty replacement for this battery connection on the rear rack. They sent out the new balancer. I was going out to test the wobble to show, what it looked like prior to the installation of the held bender. Before I even got going, it went like this. Did the intro on the video, got on the bike, turned it on, put it in PAS 1, tried to throttle out. The motor, like I could hear it just running, right? But it didn't engage.
Right.
And then shortly thereafter, smoky McSmoke smoke
Yeah.
comes barreling out of the bottom. I wasn't too panicked because, you know, I know the orientation of it and I know that the balancer is in here. The problem in my head is that all of the wiring like runs right through. It's in this hollow area.
Yeah.
In the frame.
Yeah. So we'll pull it apart and see where exactly it melted down at, and see what it's going to take to fix it.
Do you think that some aspect of that could have caused the motor to not engage on that level, or is that gone too?
I'm going through all the different scenarios it could be, but I mean, I was thinking like if for some reason it's getting over voltage and it wasn't allowing the motor to fully kick in, the controller was stopping it.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's like it knew the short was happening. So
possibly, but it's weird that it was engaging at all with that thought.
Right. You could hear it on the video. There's no real like.
Right.
But
I would think it would just be kind of dead. You know, nothing, no response at all, not trying.
Well, after the fact, it's dead.
Yeah.
So the premise of this video was all of that, but we are now going to change focus.
Yeah.
And see if there's something salvageable here. We do have the blue wired Freedom that if we get to a place where we feel like it's going to work, we can actually test. If the motor went out, we can see if everything's working. We'll just like bring that bike over and plug this one in and then see if it's going to work.
Yeah.
But man, I'm damn glad you're here.
Yeah. It's cool happening on film too, not just out in the wild.
It's just, this is nuts. For weight purposes, I think, like you said, remove the front wheel and then tilt this thing back. The balancer is just kind of pushed up inside here, but I also think we need to remove the attachment plate for the battery. This isn't where the leads connect, but it's the beginning hold for the battery for the bottom side.
At least give us a view down in there.
Yeah, this is where all the action happens.
Yeah, so you can see the smoke, little lines and everything where it came out all right here. So the culprit's probably right behind that plate.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wire, burned up balancer. Who knows? Let's see what it is.
It is explanatory. Where is that thing, by the way? So this is the new one. The other one, it's almost like it looks exposed, and then the wiring comes out on one side face of it. It looks like the one that's in the cruiser. I know you've done two cruisers, the green one and the white one.
Yeah.
And then you worked on the blue one, but not to this extent. These give off that super pungent smell when they pop off and they go bad.
Yeah.
This was not pleasing.
No. It's not an incense you're going to buy at the store. Burning e-bike.
Yes. Well, this is the reason why we come to Talking Toms. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out e-bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. It is cold here in Florida, but it's warm enough to at least go out if you've got the gear for it. If you've got your 1 month Florida weather gear for winter, you can go out.
Wear it all at once.
This wasn't the original premise of the video, but we're very glad. I guess we're glad we caught it on video, and definitely glad we were here prepping to do this work at the shop anyway. You ready to get to it?
Yeah, let's do it. Pop this front wheel off. It is a nasty smell, though.
Yeah, it's gross. So this is your favorite, not drop out?
Yeah. Through axle, quick release. It's a nice design. We're using the secondary rack today. All the other racks are full.
Wes has got something special over there.
Yeah.
That thing's going to be, trouble.
All right.
Two?
Yeah. Lovely. Ooh.
Torch. Oh my gosh. Yes, it does. Oh,
What we got?
that's a burnout power lead.
Yeah. It's real burny down in there.
Oh wow. That thing barely fits too.
Huh.
This compartment was where all of the action happened, and this is the one of the latch mechanisms for the main battery. The whole bottom of this got burnt out, so make sure you pay attention to that before you make your warranty claim. Check on this to make sure that it's good, because this will definitely need to be replaced. I mean, it looks like it may be isolated. That's good.
I haven't had a chance to complain about the cold in the shop. Should complain about the heat.
It's so cold. The painting is looking good. The shop is going to be nice.
Yeah.
And all this hurricane stuff is done. It's going to be great. All right.
Yeah.
So, real question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that they isolated? I know we're getting ready to find out. But I feel like they isolated everything up into the tube here, and then the power leads go into this housing. So it may be okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least this part of it.
All right. Let's see.
This is pads that's hanging loose.
It's a little wonky.
Oof! Look how swollen that thing is. Hot still. Dang. Dang. How's the lead?
Oh, that was,
Just fried up.
yeah.
Wow.
That's really bizarre that it happened like right there. It had to have been chafed or something, or
I mean, it was jammed in there.
yeah.
It's close. Do you think this XT60 is good?
Do you think if this actually burned up, it would just burn the leads off of there, not
So it's
just in the center of the wire like that?
bad install? Golly,
Yeah.
look at all that.
Yeah. Soot.
What about this? Do you think that this is still salvageable?
What's that?
So that's the main battery
Oh,
XT90.
it goes up to the front
Yeah.
or the top here.
It's right there.
We can put the meter on it. It does look fine, really, other than being a little smoked. The leads don't look like they got hot or anything. Connector. Meter it and check it. Let's see. That looks like that. Huh. Pretty cool. Cool stuff.
Yeah. You can see how like it just swelled here. No real indication, like probably contact with the frame, and then just nicked, I would guess. Nicked on install. Oof. This is brutal.
Trying to see if there's somewhere where you could see it's like arced against the frame, but not particularly. Nothing obvious.
Well, I mean, the state of it is still the same as what others have experienced.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the smoke, etc. But you know, once they bring it out and they get the replacement, seemingly it's working. If this is, it don't look pretty, but if it's okay, then I think we should be good to go. What I would suggest is that we just run the balancer, see if the bike will fire off on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Like hook everything up except for the main, see if the bike will fire up, see what, you know, if what happened with the motor is part of this.
Right.
And then after that, come in and test this.
Let's check that real quick.
Dang. What are you doing? This is continuity test?
Yeah. Making sure the wires are at least connected front to back.
Can you show the folks what you put your settings on when you do this?
Here, this guy. Let's do ohms. This is a symbol for the continuity. And when you connect it, just gives you a beep, an audible little noise to let you know it's connected. So I checked each one to make sure it's connected from the connector here to the pin on the battery connector. Then you can just check them both to each one, make sure they're not
crossed over,
crossed somewhere, melted together.
So no noise is good when you're testing on the actual connector.
Right.
And then once you check the end-to-end leads and you hear the noise, then you're pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah.
And that's for all you technicians out there getting ready to criticize whatever's happening here.
Using my scientific tools here.
Yes, exactly. We've been around the block, done these things a few times. I've seen some exploded batteries. So if everybody wants to freak out about me putting the battery back in, just save it.
Yeah. No, I mean, the worst that's going to happen is they'll do it again. So
yeah,
no, you know,
we're going to be prepared. We're not.
That's no big deal. All right. So,
where is it? Here.
We can.
Is the outward lead? I think it's just external connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is.
Yeah, the short one's the inside, so it would be this.
This one. Output to the controller. Like that.
Then,
We can try it off the back battery first.
yeah, I think so.
Safer.
So long as the locking mechanism still holds.
Right.
So what do we have here? What you'll see is that the housing around the locking mechanism cracked and the battery would slip after a jarring. So that was the reason for coming in for replacement for this. But without all the craziness, hopefully it'll hold for this test. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there an on-off switch on this battery?
No.
No.
They're always on.
Okay.
All right. There's the bike. Now let's did the motor. So that's what I experienced before it fried.
Cool as a cucumber here.
So no excess heat.
I guess there wouldn't be heat on that one. The front battery in yet.
So what are we hearing? Let me see if I can get this. It's like tore loose inside.
Like the planetary gears stripped out, or oh.
So it almost engages and then doesn't engage. So for this, do you want to bring over the other and just see if it'll fire off?
Yeah. No errors or anything.
Let's go on. Let me see. I guess I can't be doing all this with the phone in my hand.
Here, pick it up and set the back wheel on this. Closer. Cool. You got the bike for a second? I'll cut those zip ties.
No? Do they cross over? Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Connect them both at the same time. See which one. See which one controls what.
Oh my gosh, don't do it. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. We're in the frame first. Can you hold this one?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So
Yeah.
what is that? Is that controller?
It would have to be. It can't be the motor. We can switch or connect the other two just for the shits and giggles, but that's. I mean.
So now what are you doing? You're going to connect to the blue one to the black bikes.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good morning.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how are you?
Awesome.
So what we're looking for is operation of this bike, turning this motor.
Yeah.
Oh, wowzers.
Getting confused of what breaks.
Yeah. Okay, controller.
Yeah.
That is Interestingly weird.
Yeah. Can we disconnect these before
Yeah, please, before everything fries. We don't need more than that.
2 bikes? Yeah, it's real bizarre.
Well, I mean, I think it would be explained if it overvolted and popped the controller,
Right.
the controller said no, and then ran shutdown, so the motor wasn't running.
Mm-hmm. But why is it kind of
engaging?
kind of engaging? That's the bizarre thing.
I don't even know.
What's in there kind of spinning or not spinning fast enough to like engage the clutch or something?
Let's just make sure this bad boy is still working. Woo! Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's that. Troubleshooting at its finest. Thank you very much. I appreciate, very fortunate that we're here.
Yeah.
By deductive measures of deductive reasoning and everything that went through, as predicted, we got power. The cabling runs through the frame housing, so as horrible as it seemed, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Seems like it's all just isolated to the balancer here.
Yeah,
all the damage.
The balancer was inside this compartment alone.
Yeah.
The component that got the worst of it is the XT90 to the main battery, and it still is working.
Yeah.
Continuity test there.
Yeah.
Strangely, the controller.
Right. Just out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Right.
I don't I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to.
Yeah, because this bike's been here for a minute waiting on the parts for this to come in. It's just been parked until you took it out to do the test on it, the wobble test. And it said, not today.
Not today.
But today I may catch fire and...
I think there's a reason why they were replacing these.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they sent it out. You know, we didn't ask for it, but they sent it anyway.
Yeah.
So very fortunate for that. Already have the replacement. For this bike, obviously, we're going to need to get the controller replaced. Do you think that it's worth pursuing this, or that XT90 is salvageable?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it looks nasty on the outside. I think it's just some smoke damage, really, because the leads and inside the connector look brand new.
And then the swelling on this, right?
Yeah.
We didn't find an arc spot location, so contact with the frame.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if it's just this is where the weak spot was in the motor wiring, and that's...
Maybe. Or it was like kinked over there, and that's where it got hot.
Yeah,
just,
so resistance because it was folded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
How do your hands look?
Nasty.
Yeah, they're gross. Could be a much worse situation. I think this is salvageable still. We still have the warranty work to do. The casing needs to be replaced, and then the tires. But we're going to move that into another video.
Yeah. We're going to pause that until we get this thing
and get this thing oriented and correct.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys haven't figured it out, come to Tarp and Tom's. If you've got problems and you don't know what's going on, and Wes can't figure it out, and I can't figure it out, Brad's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you need to know. Tarp and Tom's, Palm Harbor, Florida. Give him a call. He can help you out with any of your PEV needs, including, and not exclusively, wired e-bikes. We're still going to get into the e-cells part of this, where I will ride the e-cells and Brad's going to see what's up there. My opinion is one way and his is the other, so we'll see if I can sway him over to the dark side.
I'd say I'd smoke you, but that's not a good
That's not no good reference. No. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out e-bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. And as always, come see Brad if you need any work done on any of your e-bikes. We'll talk to you next time.
See you.